How do you feel about the fact that if you went back in time to kill baby Hitler, you wouldn't get credit for anything, and you'd just be that guy who killed a baby? What if time travelers already did this a number of times, killing a dozen or so worse than Hitlers in their infancy, before the machine broke down, or the temporal prime directive police caught up with them? Or, what if the machine didn't break, and after billions and trillions of test runs and trials, Hitler was the best-case scenario? Everybody always puts this question out there about killing baby Hitler. Why not just cock-block his dad? Keep his parents from ever meeting? Lots of ways to make sure he doesn't exist in the first place. And, that being said, to stop Hitler or anyone else who might create a fascist Germany, you really have to stop WW1 from happening. Or at least change the script on it enough that it doesn't end with a setup for WW2. In Europe at least. You don't need to. When Hitler was a kid, he nearly drowned in a river and a guy passing by saved his life. So all you have to do is go back in time and interrupt that guy before he gets to the river. Just sit by the river and wait until the guy shows up. Guy, that kid is drowning. Why are you just sitting here? You, think about it. What if this kid grows up and kills millions of people and tries to take over the world? Maybe this is the universe working itself out. I would get a job as an art school recruiter and let him join. Yes, because college students never get involved in politics. Truthfully though, babies aren't born evil. Wouldn't the more interesting and ethical challenge be trying to guide Hitler's experiences so he didn't grow up to be a giant turd, allowing him into art school, having friendships with people who are different, and intercepting interactions that left him with negative lessons? Has no one heard of the grandfather paradox? You could kill Hitler, but you don't know if the world would be better or worse. You would probably never exist if this happened. Yeah, and the problem is that even if you existed, there wouldn't be any reason for you to go back in time to kill Hitler, because he wasn't any issue in the reality you just started. The question, would you kill Hitler, is wrong in itself. Yes, you would be known as the guy who killed a baby. That's it. But the problem is that killing one Hitler would mean nothing. There were not one, not two, not hundreds, not thousands but millions of Hitlers. Hitler did not invent fascism and anti-Semitism. His absence would not remove the underlying political movements and ideologies that led to his rise to power. There were millions of Hitlers waiting to rise to power. So you would have to kill millions of Hitlers and you'd get credit for killing so many people. So that would make you the Hitler. TLDR, you become Hitler. Edit. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Everyone asks, would you kill baby Hitler? But no one asks, would you raise baby Hitler so he's grow up into a better person? IRC Hitler's dad once beat him so badly he ended up in a coma. No wonder he turned out so full of anger and hate. Probably because it takes seconds to kill baby Hitler and decades to raise baby Hitler. Everybody kills Hitler on their first trip. I enjoyed that. Thanks. Loved reading that. Is there anything else similar to that? Perhaps a bit longer? That was a fun read. I would wait till he was a teen. Nobody likes those You would be like the T-1000. But Hitler's mother is a badass who fights back. Bruh. If you were going to wait, you might as well just save his kid brother from death. Wouldn't be such an emo and it'd save you the trouble. See, I don't believe that would stop what happened. Hitler didn't do it himself. There were other evil people that would have stepped up in his place. Maybe it already happened. Someone went back in time and killed some evil dude when he was still a baby. He comes back to the present only to find out some other dude, called Hitler, has stepped up in his place. You seem to be the only one that gets it. Hitler was a symptom. As long as World War I happens, World War II was sure to follow. Hitler was a catalyst to something that was brewing for a really long time. Killing him wouldn't achieve anything. I think Europe really flourished after World War II. The warm glow of having helped humanity avert a disaster. Unless you made it worse. All hail Redditor. Killer of babies in the Third Reich. Something. November 22nd, 63. Wanna hear something crazy? The guy who killed Hitler should be hailed as a hero, but instead is considered to be one of the most vile people to ever exist. Yeah, up until some Nazi killed the guy that killed Hitler. Just ask Ulrich Nielsen. I was hoping for a dark reference. It's interesting that I was literally just watching this minutes ago. My only aim is to take many lives. The more the better I feel. Do you know how many time travelers get arrested by the time police for this? If you're going to do this, do it right. Kill Goebbels instead. Well, you also wouldn't exist anymore. But if you didn't exist, then how would you kill baby Hitler? Paradox time. I get less credit than I probably deserve for a lot of the things I do. So I can live with it. I could drop him off on someone else's doorstep. Maybe a different childhood would spark a better person. At that point, why not raise him yourself? You're taking a gamble there. The people might be better than who raised him, or they might be worse. If you did that, then another person would just take his place. The issue that led to Hitler being in power doesn't go away. You need to fix how Germany was treated at the end of WW1 with the Treaty of Versailles, and no one would ever know who Hitler was. His rise, or someone like him, was as inevitable as WW1. While Hitler was certainly a unique figure, Weimar Republic was ripe for a kind of nationalist uprising, and I think the Jewish people would have borne the brunt of that in any case. What enabled the Holocaust, for instance, to happen wasn't really Hitler himself, per se, but historical events, some hundreds of years old. For example, the aftermath of the Peace of Westphalia retarded the growth of nationalist sentiment that could have seen a unified Germany in the 17th or 18th centuries. Really, Germany only unified in the late 19th century, where it was under authoritarian rule, more or less. No strong democratic institutions were developed, and time travel to kill Hitler wouldn't stop that. Nor would it prevent the Treaty of Versailles, the massive inflation, the unpopularity of Weimar government and leaders. Additionally, anti-Semitism had a very long history in the region and world, where most authoritarian wannabe leaders would have found them a tempting political boogeyman. Germany was ripe for a Hitler. And if it wasn't Hitler, it would have probably been someone else.